Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be going through the HAIDILAO handbook with you guys. So for today's video, I'll be covering with you all the theories that may actually be helpful in a thing or two when you come to HAIDILAO. Let's get started. Okay, so I'll be covering this video in basically two segments. One would be hacks to elevate your dining experience. Next would be secret recipe, because we all love secret recipe, right? You all have Starbucks secret recipe, and then later McDonald's secret recipe. Now we have the HAIDILAO secret recipe. Okay, so the first thing I'll be talking about is the queuing hacks. So when it comes to long queues, of course I don't like it, you don't too. So here are some of the hacks that may actually be handy in a thing or two. Okay, so the first thing that I actually have to must share with y'all is this manicure ticket that y'all collect. So one phone number is entitled to one ticket. You can actually collect it and you know, do your nails. Girls, y'all can do your nails while you are like waiting for your seat in HAIDILAO lah. They're no longer giving it out due to COVID-19 restrictions, but you know, after COVID-19 you can, you know, do your nails here lah. Okay, next thing. Okay, so I'll be sharing with y'all 4 different hacks to entitle you to a $6 dining voucher. Alright, so first thing is definitely a Rubik's Cube. You can definitely solve this, and I think they'll mix it up for you, honestly. You can actually bring this home, which is really nice of them, honestly. After you actually solve it for them, you'll be entitled to a $6 voucher. Alternatively, you can actually fold origami. Paper cranes or stars do fine as well. And you will be entitled to a $6 dining voucher. Or if you really want to use like intellectual brains, we have bingo games as well. So the next thing, if the queue is really very long, most of the time they would definitely provide you with some free refreshments to actually consume while you're waiting for queue. One is definitely this winter melon tea, and then next we also have some tea. This is the tapao version. Yes! Okay, I'll be covering with you all some ordering hacks. I literally brought my computer here because I really couldn't remember like all of the ordering hacks, you know. Okay, so anyway, okay, first, when your backside sit down on this seat, the first thing that they'll do is they ask you to order. Why? Because the queue very long, or I don't think anyone comes to HAIDILAO to really just sit and king kaya, because time is money. And especially when there's a lot of people, I feel that they are likely to impose a restriction on you. Like, you cannot sit here for 5 hours, that kind of thing lah. So they'll definitely give you an iPad. Let me go and get an iPad, huh? Okay, so they'll give you an iPad like that. Basically what you can do is you can actually start ordering, and personally I have actually encountered before that, you know, my iPad, everything is in Chinese like this. In any case, if this ever happens to you, feel free to actually change the language over here. Is at the top, or you can just get the staff to help you lah. So you just change to English. Ta-da! And then you have your very own English can read one now, okay? Okay, now moving on to some free things that actually elevate your dining experience when you know, start at HAIDILAO. One is apron, because you know your clothes are definitely going to get dirty, especially like me, it's like, every time I wipe, right, wow, I eat hot pot, confirm like kena your shirt, right? Then, wow, gg.com lor. And for pregnant ladies, you definitely do need to worry, because we do have another kind of apron for pregnant ladies as well. Next is a hair tie, you know, for girls out there who are really just like, don't bring hair tie lah. Personally for me, I always bring my hair tie, but you know, I do know of some friends of mine who actually don't bring their hair ties out when they are actually going out with their friends and so on. So they actually kindly provided a hair tie as well as a hairpin for girls who actually need them lah. And for kids wise, they actually have toys available at HAIDILAO. This is actually complimentary, and this is given to like the kids out there, or the toddlers, for them to actually play with and be entertained when their parents enjoy their experience in HAIDILAO lah. Okay, next, when you actually sit down, right, they'll actually also provide you with this, the Ziploc bag lah. Then when you open it up, they have a wet tissue. Wipe your hands with, because you know, especially now with the current like COVID-19 coronavirus going on, you really want to stay clean and all. They also have a screen protector or lens wet wipe as well. And this bag, okay, according to them, you can either put your phone so that your phone don't get stained with the soup, or rather you can actually also put your mask in them, which is what I did. I think that this idea is like very good, especially since I always forget to bring a Ziploc bag, or like rather a container for my mask. So this is really very handy. So most of the time when you actually sit down, they'll always start off with serving you some fruits. Okay, I'm not really sure if they would actually serve you with fruits as well, if you know you come during the peak hours, because a lot of people lah. So you know, if you come during the no peak hours, you can definitely go for their fruit, especially if you don't want to pay like the $4, you know. Yeah, you can go for the fruits lah. Here's how juicy is it. When you first sit down, they'll definitely ask you, oh, do you want like the free flow drinks that they have? Okay, so the free flow drink actually goes for $3 here, and you can definitely drink as many cups as you want. Okay, so for free flow drinks, we actually have winter melon, sour plum, as well as soya milk. Okay, so now I'll be talking about these 3 drinks that I have. Okay, personally, winter melon, I mean, you can definitely pay for the $3 if you all want that, but I wouldn't, just because if there's a very long queue, I can always drink it as part of refreshments already lah. So for me, I wouldn't actually pay $3 for it. Sour plum wise, I think sour plum is very good when you have cravings or you really just want to open up your appetite. Next, we have soya milk. Personally, I think that this is good when you're on a diet. Would I actually purchase it and drink it? No, I wouldn't. Because I feel like it's too much liquid, especially with like a hot pot and you really want to drink the soup and all. I think when it comes to HAIDILAO, you really have to strategize your meals. Because there are a lot of business strategies used here that I think would enable consumers to spend more. So I think that one very good tip when you all come to HAIDILAO is to know what you want. Like for example, if I came here to eat hot pot today, then I wouldn't get the 3 flow drinks anymore because that's just too much liquid for me personally. Okay, next you'll be like, Christine, you know, I come here, I don't order drink, then I drink what? I cannot be, I drink plain water, right? Okay, now I know. Now we are going to move on to strategy 2. The free drinks. We all love free, right? Because we are Singaporeans. Okay, we have 3 drinks that you all can choose from that are free. So 1, plain water. You can ask for iced water or you can ask for warm water. Next, for my very oriental viewers out there, you can have your Chinese tea, 中国茶. Definitely, I think that it can really cleanse your palate, especially when you're eating like very oily stuff. It really takes you out from the entire very gelad situation lah. Last but not least, I have my favorite drink over here. This is the honey lemon drink. Basically, you can have it iced or warm. So these are the 3 things that you can go. Or alternatively, you can actually go for our chrysanthemum tea. Okay, now that we have finished discussing about drinks, let's move on to food. Here are a few food that you all can get to enjoy complimentary. One is definitely pumpkin slices. Okay, so they actually provide this to elderly or children. It looks like that. So you all definitely can take it and just put it in your soup lah. I think this is a very nice initiative made by them because typically when you all have elderlies or like kids in general, they have either dentures or their teeth are not very strong. They cannot really go and eat those very hard food or like crispy food or all these lah. So really, I think if I bring my Naya here, she'll really enjoy this experience because you know, with pumpkin, then they have dentures, they won't get stuck in their dentures somewhere, right? Yeah, okay, that's the thing. Next, for kids. Okay, kids normally when you all come here, right, you all also get free fruit cubes as well lah. So you all won't get these like very big slices of fruits. Instead, you all would have like smaller cube fruits. Okay, next we are moving on to Liew Thai, which is our cold dish station. It will be $4 free flow of food as well. Personally, when I come here, I'll definitely go for Liew Thai because it's super duper weird to eat hot pot without sauces. And for Liew Thai, these are the few things that they offer. One is fruits. So you know, if you all don't get the appetizer during peak hours, you all can definitely get your own Liew Thai lah, $4 lah. Free flow of fruit somewhere, and the fruit is not bad lah, the quality I think. Next, you all also can get sauces, condiments, you know, to dip your meat and your vegetables that you actually cooked in the hot pot. You all also get douhua. Oh my god, I have to show you all this douhua. Okay, I love it so much. Douhua comes in really small containers. The soya bean curd here is really amazing. I feel that this is a very good substitute for lao ban douhua. So if you all don't want to spend that like $2 or so to buy douhua, right, you all can actually spend $4 and free flow, you know, like lao ban douhua is super nice. I love it. Okay, so now moving on to the next hack. When you're legitly going to order, what I'll actually suggest is to go for the 4 pots one instead of the 2 pots one. Okay, so what I would normally do now, because I'm very cheapo, right? So this is what I would typically do. Basically, I'll be ordering a very concentrated broth for the tomato broth, and I'll be like add tomatoes and all the stuff. And from there, I'll actually tell them to actually clear out one of the pots. So yeah, I'll basically fish out the soup in the other quadrant, and then I'll transfer it over to the other quadrant, and then I'll ask them to add broth. In this way, you actually get a very like the normal kind of tomato base lah. And I think that you are getting actually a bang for your bucks because getting like half a pot essentially worth of tomato soup without actually paying the price for half of it. Okay, so now moving on to a dining strategies. One is definitely to order half portion of food. So in the iPad, if you all can see, you all will have half, and another one would be portion. Portion means a full portion, while half is half a portion lah, as the name suggests. Personally, I'll say go for half first. And if really not enough, then order another half. Because if you are going to order a portion but not be able to actually finish it up, it's going to be wasted because you cannot like possibly tap out all these raw meats home, right? So I definitely think that you all can order half first. Then if really not enough, then you order another half. Because anyway, right, the price is the same one. So another thing that I definitely recommend you all to try is their fried rice. I love their fried rice so much. Especially for me, I feel like it's a bit biased also because I love rice in general. So I'm very particular about my rice. Like my fried rice really must be very xiang that type, you know. If not, it's like a no-go for me. Okay, so this is their fried rice. If you take a close look at it, it doesn't have much liao. But the 味道 right is damn xiang eh. And if you take notice, right, the egg is evenly distributed out throughout the rice grain. Look, like every bite you have, you're getting equal amount of egg. So last but not least, when you really want to end your dining experience here are 2 different hacks that you can use. Okay, so they actually have 5 different flavors of ice cream that you can choose from as kind of like the dessert, like end of your meal that kind. Especially if you're a sweet tooth, I definitely recommend you all have to get it. So the staff kindly passed me all 5 different flavors of ice cream that you all can choose from. One is vanilla, then you have chocolate. And if you all cannot decide which flavor to choose from, you can go for this double flavor one. This is the strawberry and lemon one. Very good for, you know, people who actually like the very sour kind of taste, like or sorbet, that kind lah. The strawberry as well as vanilla flavor ice confection with chocolate chip. Basically, I think this is cookies and cream lah. Okay, so now of course I have to taste test the ice cream for you all correctly on your behalf. I don't think it will be bad either because honestly it's by F&N Magnolia. One of my favorite ice cream brands, definitely. Yeah, it's a common household kind of brand. Okay, let me show you all 5 different flavors I have in hopes that I don't drop it. Vanilla ice cream done. Next we have strawberry. Cookies and cream. Hands down, this is my favorite flavor. They have like these chocolate bits that really like mimic Oreos. Okay, so now you guys have finished desserts, right? What's the last thing you do? To go home, correct? Okay, so I have a little tip for you guys that y'all can, you know, ask or like use that. Okay, one is definitely you can tap out the tidbits home. They actually put in this very pretty bag for you, and then you can let them know like any specific tidbits that you actually want from them. Another one is you can actually ask for their fruit platter to actually tap out home as well. Okay, so now we are finally moving on to secret recipe after like 1 bazillion years. Okay, so this is the DIY bubble tea. In case you are craving some bubble tea but you are here at HAIDILAO. What I did was basically I brought my own Lipton tea bags and I emptied out one of the pots with just clear water and I put the tea bags inside. And then after that, I added some condensed milk, which you can actually ask from the staff because they do provide it when you actually order the mantou. But even if you don't order a mantou, you can just ask lah. And then because I don't have boba, right, to substitute boba, I actually place some soybean curd. It's part of the toppings lor. Wow, it really got the weight out. Color-wise, I think it looks a bit very nong, but I think it's very nice. But you still get the essence of like a milk tea. And if you still like to actually amp up your milk tea, you can actually request from them these small sugar packs that you can add into your milk tea. The soybean curd actually adds a very nutty flavor, so if you don't like it, I wouldn't recommend lah. But I like it. Like, it's really very textured eh. They got all these like bits and pieces, which I personally love. Okay, so these 3 are actually side dishes that y'all can have when you're in HAIDILAO. Okay, so just now remember that I mentioned elderlies as well as children, y'all will get to enjoy steamed pumpkin or rather boiled pumpkin. We have chamushi as well. Flavor-wise, I would say it's a bit bland. You definitely can still order it if you want, but I would say you won't get that umami and that very meaty broth kind of flavor. It feels like egg plus water and salt. But I mean, if you all bring children here or like you're elderly, then you all don't like very strong flavor profiles, you all can go for this. Next, I have 2 side dishes over here. This is the seaweed and this is the spicy cucumber. It's complimentary, but this you have to pay lah. It's from the cold dish station. Normally you only provide this cucumber when you are drinking or whatnot, but you can definitely request it additionally. This reminds me of the seaweed you will typically eat when you are at a sushi restaurant. It's very similar. It seems like they added some sesame seed and sesame oil as well. I really like the addition of the sesame oil because it will taste very dry if it's all jumbled out together without the oil. The addition of the sesame oil really elevated the flavor and makes it easier to, I guess, chew. Now on to the next dish, cucumber. It's a little bit oily lah, covered with chili oil. It's very refreshing and the cucumbers are very crisp, very fresh. Listen. Okay, next we are going to be talking about how to amp up your tomato soup base if you happen to buy it. So typically when I order tomato soup base, what I'll do is actually add an egg. So you can actually order from them a raw egg and I'll add it into the broth. And then after that I also add like coriander or like celery, depends on what you all like, as well as cherry tomato. I feel like it really elevates the flavor profile of it and makes it more fragrant, I guess. Okay, so now we are finally done with talking about all these small things that you can get from HAIDILAO. We're finally going to talk about the final one, which is my noodles! Do you see it?
Never was a leader, never had a thing for fairy tales. So tell me that there's no way I couldn't go, nothing I couldn't do. I want to get loud.
Okay, so this is HAIDILAO's version of 热干面 that I'm going to try. Next we have 酸辣粉. Okay, so next I have here with me重庆面.
Don't the water grow the trees? Don't the moon pull the tide?
Okay, so next we have the spicy beef noodles. We have the beef tomato noodles. I guess that sums up my HAIDILAO journey. Hope that y'all don't get too critical when it comes to judging me, because this is definitely my first time posting a video as well. I definitely have a lot of room for improvement. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!